Every voter in San Diego County can cast a ballot in a congressional race this year, but political experts say the only competitive race is in the 52nd district. That's because voter registration in all the other districts strongly favors either the Republican or Democratic Party. But despite the long odds, people are fighting to challenge each incumbent.
It takes a lot of work, I can see, to get out and meet these people, but it's worth it to me. I want people to know why I'm running, why I'm doing this, what I stand for. But I also want to know what they want. What is it that they believe in?
James Kimber is a Democrat challenging the Republican Duncan Hunter Jr. in the 50th District, which spans much of unincorporated San Diego County. He says he has a shot to unseat Hunter, who was preceded in office by his father. That's because he's a very conservative Democrat. In fact, up until 2012, Kimber was a registered Republican. He changed registration shortly before announcing his run against Hunter.
I never saw a need to change my party. I was probably more of an independent voter. I don't think in my entire life that I've ever voted straight down the line.
Kimber was a senior chief hospital corpsman in the Navy and now works as a physician's assistant in neurological surgery. His campaign is focused on veterans issues and health care, which he brought up in a debate last week.
I was up in Ramona at a town hall, little coffee shop in Ramona, and this man pulled over the side of the road, finger in my chest, telling me he was a Republican and why am I even here? Asked him what his issue was. He told me it was health care. So I asked him, what type of insurance do you have? And he told me he didn't have any insurance. This is a man who has his own job. He supports himself, supports his family very well, but he cannot afford the insurance. We were able to pull up the Covered California and show him what his rate would be. And that man wanted to sign up right on the spot.
Kimber knows his district strongly favors Republicans, but he's putting a lot of time and money into his campaign anyway. He's raised more than $35,000, while Hunter has raised more than $1 million. Kimber has spent almost $10,000 on his own campaign, plus another $5,000 on campaign expenses.
I was told not to mortgage my home because I came close to doing that, but I have gone through a lot of my own money, and I just believe in it that much.
In a different race, a Republican candidate is giving it his all against an entrenched Democrat. Larry Wilski is running to unseat Susan Davis in the 53rd District, which covers most of the city of San Diego. He says despite the odds, he has a shot.
The thing is, the whole district's patriotic. So if I throw out Republican Democrat as a title and stick to what I understand, and that's service to country, people are getting behind me, and it's really, well, it's heartwarming, to tell you the truth.
Davis has raised about $400,000, while Wilski has raised $150,000. Wilski has loaned his own campaign $130,000.
We've reached our limit on what I can spend myself because it came out of our savings. It was for our future. But again, it's for our country, and it's for service to country, so we can afford that.
Wilski was a Navy SEAL for 30 years and served as Command Master Chief of SEAL Team 7. He retired last year and was planning to start a towing and salvage business. Then he was asked to run against Davis.
If she was doing a great job in leadership, then I wouldn't be running for office. But again, there's the demand signal, is leadership representing our district.
Wilski wants to repeal and replace Obamacare and curtail states' use of cap and trade, which he says is based on a, quote, global warming scare. His campaign is focusing on economic issues, including building a stronger partnership with Mexico and a plan to bring a third aircraft carrier to San Diego.
I don't believe that if you're a freshman in Congress, that means you don't stand and fight for what you believe in. That would be like taking a soldier on his first deployment to war and say, don't shoot the enemy. That's insane.
Wilski and Kimber are hoping they'll get the chance to lead their districts. They just have to get voters to know who they are and that there are other congressional elections besides the 52nd District. Claire Tregesser, KPBS News.